Welcome and thank you for joining us again for another Chamber Talk. My name is Jason Strong, Director of the Fairfield Media Center, and we are here with Mindy McAdam, Director of the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce. That might be the smoothest I've ever done that intro.
So smooth,
But
like butter.
we've got a lot of things. So we record these on a Friday afternoon, and this particular Friday, Saturday, I should say. We got a lot going on.
I'm in green for a reason. I'm pre-gaming for St. Patrick's Day. Our friend John Morrissey, who did the longest chamber talk since we started, is hosting his shindig this evening, which is always a good time, and will be standing room only and shoulder to shoulder. And then tomorrow morning, bright and early, we will do the legislative forum. And that's at the Arts Convention Center. So your chance to get in front of your people and tell them what you think and what you want them to do or what you don't want them to do, and let your voice be heard.
Exactly. I was just over at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. A lot of big words. I know we were just talking about that before we started. But yeah, a lot of long titles. Fairfield Media Center, Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce, Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. It could be a lot. But no, we were just over there setting up our live streaming equipment so that we can, of course, live stream the legislative forum going on tomorrow over there. So
it's going to be great.
Yeah, everything seemed to work smooth setting it up. No hiccups.
Good.
So fingers crossed tomorrow goes without hiccups.
And Claire is at the office updating the registration for the annual awards banquet. We are filling up fast. I've been just surprised by how many people are already signing up. So get your table. It is limited seating because there's only so many people we can squish in that room.
And we've got one of our friends, Werner Elmker, who sits on our board, who usually covers that event.
He will be there with all of his cameras and all of his awesomeness.
FMC is everywhere in one way, shape, or form.
You do all of the things. All of the things. Last night, our past Citizens of the Year selected the incoming Citizens of the Year. So it's super hush-hush. But I love going to that meeting and hearing them all talk about all the different people and to hear how many people are so involved in so many things. And I'm hoping that we can get our younger generation to start taking those things over so that, somebody's going to have to fill in when all of those people are less able.
I mean, I think Fairfield's got a pretty good history of that. I'm not too worried that younger people won't step up to the plate. You might have a gap in there a little, for a little bit or whatever, but Fairfield's always seemed to be on the cutting edge of things throughout history. We've always seemed to be a very popular place as far as there's usually always something going on, something to do in our community. And so with that, you have a ton of volunteers.
Well, and one of the things that happened with our leadership class this year, since we did our next level leader, our 2.0 version, was we took some problems that were submitted to us as concerns and problems in the community, and they had to figure out how to solve them. So the volunteer problem of, I really want to volunteer, but I don't know where to go, or I need volunteers and I don't know where to find them. Our kids are working on a way to fix that. But I'm not going to steal their thunder. They'll present to the community on April 1st, and then we will be doing chamber talks with each of the groups to talk about what they did.
Awesome. I know I was just talking to Bob Ferguson the other day. He came in to do the Traction Thursday stuff, and he was a little out of breath. I know he'd been a little under the weather the last couple of days, but he said him and I think one other person took like an hour, walked around the square, picked up a little handful of trash. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just like rewired him. It's just something he does now. Whenever he's walking, he sees something, he picks it up and.
Absolutely. If everybody did that, if you're just walking and you see trash and it's not yours, pick it up anyway. There's trash cans all around the square. If you see a weed, pick it. If you see, a storefront needs swept, go in and ask them for a broom. I mean, it takes all of us to make our community great.
Yep, every bit of it. Now, that being said, we have a great member of our community who runs our Fairfield Arts and Convention Center as your guest.
It's a great day. So you're the location of the infamous awards banquet, and with the theme being the Kentucky Derby, you're going to have to get a big hat.
I mean, when you say big hat and infamous in the same paragraph, I start to get a little nervous.
No, it's all going to be great.
We have fun in Fairfield. Come on.
That's right. It's all about the fun. So the Arts and Convention Center is always going to be at my heart because I adore it. So what kind of shows are you finishing up your season with?
We've got what, 4 shows left in the season. It's been a really, really good season. Of course, last year was a record-breaking season for us in so many ways. Record-breaking in ticket sales, record-breaking in donations, sponsorship, all of that. It was a really outrageously good year. And this year is following right on the heels of that and just kind of riding the waves. It feels good. It feels good. It's like all of the struggle of post-COVID, it's over. We're back. We're back and stronger than before. I mean, it's just a really, really fun time. So next Saturday, we've got a show. So this guy's been everywhere in the Midwest and the coast too, but he's a Broadway star. Handpicked by Billy Joel to play Billy Joel in the Billy Joel Broadway musical.
Wow.
His name's Michael Cavanaugh. He's singing Billy Joel and Elton John for us on Saturday. And seriously, it's the best time. Like, I've seen him live twice. And, okay, secret, and I'm not sure I should say this on camera. I don't like tribute concerts.
I knew that.
It's not generally my thing. So I don't, I love when our audience is happy.
Yes.
I mean, it's always fun and people love it. And so, obviously we're going to do and make sure that they're really high quality ones every time. But this guy, like, you're just sitting in there. I remember one of the times that I saw him live, I turned to the person next to me and I'm like, I'm just so happy right now. Like, it's so fun because it's all the, the funnest songs. All the words to every single song.
Everybody sings along.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't karaoke Piano Man?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like, come on. So,
a couple drinks in, we're good.
yeah. I mean, well, it takes more than a couple for me to do that. But,
all right,
yeah.
so what else do we got coming up?
Then actually, this show was with us. We have the sequel this year, but the original was with us in 2017. It sold out, and the sequel is already selling really fast. So if you want to go on April 3rd, this is Menopause the Musical 2. I'm not there yet, but I know it's coming, and it's still extremely fun. April 3rd, Menopause the Musical 2, bunch of gals of a certain age go on a cruise, have a good time, sing about men and wine and hot
What more
flashes.
do we need in life?
I mean, country music, guys sing about, their dogs and their trucks.
Right.
So.
And men and wine. So, not so much hot flashes, though. I've noticed that. It's
No hot
definitely
flashes in country music,
a
yeah.
lack, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely a void for that.
There's a place. So if you've got a country music song out there, you're writing about hot flashes, you can corner the market.
All right,
And then, okay, so this guy, his name is Rocky Peter. He has a really amazing story. He grew up in Nigeria. He ended up in a situation of human trafficking and child slavery. And he, very impoverished, just, kind of a rough situation. He comes back over here to the United States. He was born here and then grew up in Nigeria. And goes to school, he gets a degree, ends up unhoused on the streets, happens. Even while he's unhoused, he's volunteering in the high schools of downtown LA, teaching music. He ends up a finalist on American Idol, top 12. Now he tours and sings with the Nobel Peace Prize for him. Oh, wow. And his music is just, I just gave myself goosebumps. He's a poet, and his voice is incredible. Worth the price of admission for the dimples alone. You should Google it, Rocky Peter. But it's just the most moving stuff. I've got him here on April 11th. I get to share him with our high schoolers.
Awesome.
He does a workshop. He's a loop musician, so it's just one guy up there making a whole band.
Nice.
And so he's going to teach kind of the basics of loop music making as well as his story. And it's just, if I obviously you're not supposed to have favorites. This one is my favorite. This is my favorite thing in the season.
I love the way that you have
outstanding.
those community connections with some of those shows that you're able to. That's fabulous.
We just finished a 2-week residency in Fairfield Middle School. 99 seventh graders wrote plays and then came
Wow.
over to the convention center and performed them on the Sondheim stage.
Oh, how wonderful.
It was awesome. It was
I love
awesome.
Very
Yeah.
nice. All right, and the final show of the season.
No, I've got 2 more.
Oh, see, look at me losing
I
count.
know. We just keep going. So I did say 4. But it's actually 5.
Okay, so what's number 4?
Number
It would not take
4,
much today.
The Way Down Wanderers. This is a folk bluegrass band.
Yep.
We've had them here before. They played in our summer season in 2021, I think. And everyone loved them. They did this awesome encore number where they came off the stage and they played they just played on the floor, and the whole crowd circled around them, and it was like a sing-along campfire almost kind of experience. It was really, really cool. So I had tons of people asking to bring them back, so I did. And
Nice.
that is April 25th. And then we end with a Fairfield favorite. They've played everywhere, but they haven't played the convention center yet. This is Commotion, the CCR tribute. I mean, these are all the guys, you know them. You know every single one of them. It's Steve McLean. It's, of course, now I'm not going to
Nick
remember.
Ryan.
Yeah. So
Yep.
this show is almost sold out.
I'm not surprised.
It is May 17th. If you don't have your tickets and you want to go, you probably don't want to wait longer than next week before getting your group together and getting those tickets.
Yeah, if
Because
you want to sit with your friends, you're going to need to get them.
yeah, we're down to about, I think there's less than 100 tickets left. So you do want to move fast on that one.
Very nice. Well, with all of that going on, you still find time to put a movie or 3 on.
Oh, there are so many days.
Never
Why
a
don't we
dull
fill them
moment.
all?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who
So
needs to sleep?
not me. We do. We have movies almost every night. Almost every weekend. Almost every day that there's not a live show going on, we've got a movie going. This weekend it's Paddington. Paddington goes to Peru. I think this is the 4th installment in this.
It is so
franchise.
cute. Paddington is so adorable in these movies. I
It
can't
is
help
so
it. It's
cute.
cute.
And it's Hugh Bonneville from Downton Abbey fame, of course, and
Nice.
Emily Mortimer, whom I adore. I think she's fabulous. And yeah, super fun. It's just a really fun time. And then on Monday and Tuesday, we're showing I'm Still Here, which won the Oscar for Best International Film.
Nice.
Seriously, make time to see this on the big screen. It's the Brazilian actress Emilia Torres, I believe is her name. I think we're going to see a lot of her coming up. She was kind of unknown before this, and now she's going to explode. We'll see her everywhere. It's a really stunning, heart-wrenching film, so be ready for that. But it's definitely worth seeing. Later in the week, it's Becoming Led Zeppelin, the first biopic for Led Zeppelin that is officially sanctioned by the band.
Nice.
And then after that, a documentary on Andy Kaufman, who has Fairfield connections, which I
Yes.
did not know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he's been here. The filmmaker Alex Braverman also has Fairfield connections. Everyone in the film community has Fairfield connections.
Pretty much
I mean, come on.
everybody, yeah.
So so that's really interesting. This is one of the first Andy Kaufman documentaries, but this one is made by people who actually knew him. And so there's tons of never before seen footage
nice.
and interviews and all of his old sketches, but also some things that never made it to air and nobody ever saw. So it's really, really kind of a fascinating journey.
Very nice. Very nice. So you have kind of a big project coming up.
We do.
I've been working on it for a hot minute.
We've been working on it for almost exactly 2 years by this point. We are looking at a refresh, a building design update and refresh on all of our lobby areas, our meeting rooms, our wedding spaces, all of that new carpet in the theater, all of those good things. You're going to love the new carpet. It's sparkly.
Oh,
But not so sparkly that it distracts from the stage. We were very careful. But
just enough sparkle.
just enough sparkle. That'll be on my tombstone. Just enough Sparkle. So we have been working, like I said, for 2 years with designers and consultants on the best way possible to make sure that our building is still serving our community well. We've been open since 2007, which was a while ago.
Been about a minute.
A few things have changed since then. So this is really exciting for us. We just pressed go on the first stage of this project. So we'll have new furniture and new lobby feel starting in May. Mid-May, I think, is the actual landing date for all of this. Of course, some of our items are back ordered. But that's okay. I'm very patient. It's taken
been
2
2
years to
years.
get
It's
here.
It's been 2 years. What's a little more?
2 years of answering all these, how many people actually need to fit in here? As many people as you can get in here. That's how I need. That's what I need. Well, okay, but if I did this and you lose seating for about 100 people, is that okay? No, it's not.
I just said max
I've got the
capacity,
chamber
and you're wanting to remove
awards.
100.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to fit.
I have big weddings.
There'd be a big difference between 10 and 100.
It's like parking spots downtown. Apparently, losing 10 is awful, and 4 is okay. Whatever.
Well, whose parking spots are they? Are they the people we don't like? Or
Last time I saw you, you were looking at like fabric designs, and that was
that's
very
right.
exciting.
That's right. You were there that day.
No, I was.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that.
It was like a couple of hours of me and a team of people like taking okay, now stand 10 feet back. Now what do we think? Okay, is this good? Is this good? Okay, now with the stained glass window in the background, do we still like it? And but yeah, we're really happy with it. I'm very, very excited. We'll be launching kind of a capital campaign for that. The full price tag of the whole project is $450,000. We already have some grants lined up. We of course have a reserve fund that we're going to be investing ourselves in this project, and it's time. It's time, and it's really exciting.
It's been close to almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot changes in that time.
I've changed my wardrobe at least once since 2 decades ago. So
I think I've changed mine a lot more than that.
I mean, probably once. I had a baby, so that required a little bit of an adjustment in my clothing.
So, of course, that's going to need some fundraising, but then you're going to start, because you start fundraising for your next artist series pretty quickly.
Next artist series. I'm finalizing signing contracts the rest of this month, which is great, and then we'll start putting that out in front of our sponsors and getting ready for next season. It's really been fun. Last month I ran around to all of our sponsors delivering Valentine's chocolates, which was super fun, and It's great. It's great. It's nice to connect with people, and sponsorship allows us to get to know community members in a completely different way. Because of course we know our sponsors, and we know their employees because they're getting their sponsor passes and coming in and getting their tickets, and it's fun. So we'll launch that in April, and then we'll get ready to announce the 26, 27. No, what year is it? 25, 26.
Yeah, 25, 26.
This is year 25.
Yeah.
When you're booking stuff out like 1 to 2 years out in advance.
Yes.
And then also still closing out a season that was, started in 24. It's like, I have no idea. I have no idea what day it is.
You're within 1 decade.
I've got to be somewhere in there.
So talk about the importance of sponsorships in your ticket price, because that is very important.
It really is. Most people don't know that our average event costs about $27,000 to produce. And that means that if, we've got 500 seats, a community of 10,000, it means that if we actually charged the ticket price that
you need to cover it.
that, if that's how we paid for everything, the burden on the average community member would be a lot higher. And so the advantage of, we have terrific donors and terrific sponsors, and just the fact that they make that possible so that we can offer. I sold a pack of tickets this morning to a guy who's bringing 8 people, 9 other people besides him, to Michael Cavanaugh and Billy Joel and Elton John, and each ticket was $17. I mean, like the fact that we get to do that is just really awesome.
Absolutely, because it opens the arts to the masses who wouldn't traditionally get to do that.
Right, right. I mean, we try to keep our ticket prices as low as humanly possible, and the movie program too allows us to do that as well. And sponsorship is especially important for those movie programs. You know, I'm. It's going to take a lot to convince me to charge more than $7 a ticket. $7 for a movie ticket in 2025 is kind of great. $5 for a matinee, but sometimes up to 65% of that is going back to the studio, just right off the top. And then, you know, with credit card fees and you know, all those hidden stupid stuff that like we all deal with, but I don't want our customers, I don't want our patrons to have to deal with. That means that the movies, you know, really depend on sponsorship support. And that's been amazing. I mean, just the fact that we're serving people that this is their only entree sometimes into this building, like making this building really actually useful to the people of Fairfield is what it's all about, really. I mean...
Well, and having that, especially the movies here in Fairfield, I mean, the only other real alternative is to like go to Atumwa or Mount Pleasant, which that's money leaving our community.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, there's that huge benefit by having something like that here, and having it in there is a great use.
Yeah, and that was kind of the whole philosophy for launching the program in the first place. And we host students all the time. So at least twice a year, we have the middle school, both elementary schools, the Maharishi School. I mean, we have students just hanging out, watching a movie during the day, during their school day. Sometimes we get to pair it with whatever STEM thing, STEAM, please, thank you.
Add that art in there, put that art in there.
But, you know, whatever they're working on in the classroom. And sometimes it's just like the day before Christmas break and they're
Want to watch Christmas
ready
break.
to have a good time.
Very nice. Speaking of children, are we doing a summer camp?
Yeah, we have 2 weeks of
Gotta
summer
be
camp this
coming
year.
right up.
Yeah, we're
in the downward slide to summer.
The last
Here before you know
2 years of summer camp, we've been at capacity with a waiting list. So we doubled it this year. We're offering 2 weeks, 2 different programs. So kids, if they want to, they can do both programs if they want to. But we've got Snow White and Wizard of Oz this year in July. The Wizard of Oz is almost full. So if your kid's interested in restaging Wicked,
Great choice.
This is
very
the time.
popular.
This is the time because that is almost full. I think I've got 9 spots left in that camp. I still have some room in the Snow White camp, but we'll see how that goes after the new Snow White movie comes out.
Absolutely.
So
if your kid wants to come in and be a dwarf, it would be a great opportunity.
It is the most adorable thing, actually. Like it's students ages 5 through 14, and 5-year-olds on stage is cuter than kittens on stage.
I film a lot of dance recitals.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Those little pumpkins are adorable.
They steal the show.
They do.
Yeah, every time.
All right, so what else do we need to know? What else do you want to tell the people listening, all 800,000 of them?
Just
In my theory, that's what I think.
Well, 800,000 will tune in for me, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on.
Between the three of us, we should be able to hit
the
those
trifecta. I think we covered it all. It's been a really fun season. It really does feel like we've hit our stride as a center, and things are rolling along easy. We have a fantastic staff, just a really, really good team, and it's fun. It's fun to keep moving. Oh, holiday parties. I was just having a conversation with Josh, our events manager, about holiday parties, and we're like, okay, we maybe have 1 weekend left in December. So if you haven't booked your holiday party yet, that's maybe touch on that.
They fill up. And if you've had your thing there multiple years and you just assume you're getting your date, if you didn't tell Josh,
if you haven't asked for the date,
get your dates
chances
early.
are somebody else has already asked for it. So
I remember. I don't miss that.
The calendar scheduling nightmare.
I just got like hives.
Puzzle piecing
I feel like
everyone
I'm
in.
having
Tetris
flashbacks.
of it. Yeah, it's a lot. We were just talking about like, well, maybe we can do this one on a Sunday if we put this one on Saturday, and then we have this one on Friday, and like we'll just sleep here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
And there's days that happens.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Well, thank you for being here. We love the convention center.
Yes, we do.
All right, friend. And we're off to go to John Morrissey's here soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just a little ways away from us at this point. But if you haven't gone to the Chamber's website, fairfieldiowa.com, get signed up for the Chamber Chatter. It's like a 2-click process, I believe.
And the community calendar has grown exponentially. You got to scroll to get to stuff. So if you're thinking about scheduling an event, make sure and check that out. And if you're not doing something that you can collaborate with somebody who's already got something on that date, try a different day. Just saying.
Well, try not to compete and steal people.
It's really
from other
hard when you
people's
feel like
events.
you have to like clone yourself to hit everything that you need to
Exactly.
hit.
At any given
Hashtag there's
time, there
nothing
needs
to do here.
Yo!
Oh my God.
Yes.
I think there needs to be about 5 of every single one of us to make everything happen the way it should.
Absolutely.
So, but again, thank you guys for joining us. We really do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week.